Welcome back. Here are some things humans do to improve the beaches. Improve, imagine that word in quotes. Hey, thank you out there for raising your hand and telling me to start my stopwatch, which is a little weird. Here we have a longshore current and it's moving sand in this direction. If we build a jetty, a concrete wall or a bunch of rocks, the sand will get deposited behind here. But since there's no sand coming from here, this will end up losing the beach. This is a great deal for these people. If you have your house over here, it's not a real good deal. These are also called groins. I know that's a little bit weird, but yeah, you can build little temporary beaches, but whenever you stop building the groins, you end up with an erosional area. This is real photographic type stuff. Another idea is to create a little breakwater, as is done in Santa Monica. By putting rocks out here, even if they're underneath the water, it dissipates the energy of the waves. They put it out about 2,000 feet, about 40% of a mile, almost a kilometer, and that protects Santa Monica. But again, if there's no sand coming down to re-nourish the beach because we've created dams upstream in the rivers, these beaches will be going away over time. Remember this? Here it is. Lots of sand on this side. The hotel loves it. Little housey people over here, they don't like it so much. Who do you think had bigger influence? This or this? Let's go back to this one. A series of groins, building up, eroding, building up a little, and the same thing continues on down. I believe this is the New Jersey area, and we will see more pictures of New Jersey in just a while featuring Superstorm Sandy. Off Santa Monica, here you go. A breakwater out here, piles of rocks, and it protects this portion of the beach. Waves coming in, even if they're coming at an angle, tend to be dissipated by this, their energy. Here is a satellite picture looking down at houses, a beach, the water. The waves are coming at this direction. And here are a series of groins trying to protect the beaches. This is Carlsbad, California. This is it from space. We have a longshore current going this direction, sand stacking up, sand getting eroded away. It protects this parking lot, but it's going to erode away this road eventually. And this, I don't know what I think about this. Would you like to live here? Yeah. But what's going to happen to your beach over time? It's going away. There's no doubt. Back east, we do this a lot. But this ends up being a disservice in the long run. It's a good temporary fix, but eventually even these go away and the beaches go away with it. This, I think, is Massachusetts, and sometimes there are crazy science teachers who stand out on one foot imitating birds on these beaches. It's just crazy. Yeah, this is yours truly, and yes, I was a lot fatter than I think. Coasts and coastal features. I read that because, well, that's what I do. We don't need to see that. Okay, things you should be able to do. Draw a wave and label the wavelength, trough, and crest. Tell when a wave is about to break. Draw how particles in a wave move top to bottom. List 3 ways to get really big waves, and draw what happens to the beach on either side of a jetty or a groin. If you can do those would be good to know for, let's say, a quiz. Erosional coasts. Lots of former coasts have been covered in the last 15 years. If you recall from the chapter on glaciers, if you took that chapter, can't remember, you'll remember that a long time ago there was a lot of ice. Where did the ice get its water? It was from the ocean. What happened to the level of the ocean? It was a lot lower back then. That's a little pause. Here's what's happening when waves come in and hit cliffs. The place with the most energy gets hit first. So this cliff gets the brunt of the energy. Waves coming around here get stretched out. They get decreased energy. So what happens over time is that headlands and cliffs get worn away, and shorelines tend to, over time, become straighter. Again, the headlands get worn away, and you end up with straightened beaches, which is nice for those of you who have OCD. Everything needs to be in line. This is good. Sometimes you end up with sea stacks, you end up with infill in the bay, you end up with cliffs and arches. This is what happens when you end up with a retreat. People that like to build along coastlines, well, it is scenic, but you can be sure that over time, this is going to wear away. Humans are surprisingly slow at learning this kind of thing. Here are sea stacks and sea arches. These probably at one time were headlands way out in the ocean. Those of you who have done the study sheet know about, is it Joe or John, the rock off Oregon? Here's a sea stack, and here it is wearing away. Here are sea arches. This would be a great place to live, except every once in a while it collapses. Here's an example. I may have one other one. I can't remember if I put it in here. Sea cliffs. Average retreat is about 1 meter a year. This house, I don't know, 10, 20 years? Definitely in trouble. Maybe even less considering what's going on here. Large storms can erode a sea cliff 10 to 30 meters in a single surge. I just like these pictures. Now, I should bring up that when I lived in Samoa, I lived fairly close to the ocean, but I was back. We hadn't modified the beach at all, and the beach really was lava basalt rock, so it was very resistant. There wasn't a lot of sand at all. Cliff retreat is natural, however, beach erosion is accelerating. Why? These things. We've talked about this before. Here's San Clemente Dam, built in 1921. It is filled up with sediments. It has created a base load. All the sediments that would have gone out to the ocean to create the beaches, they're now trapped behind here for maybe 100 miles back here. In the case of Lake Powell, what do we have, 186 miles of the lake, 286 miles of the lake, that are filling up little by little with sand. That sand used to go out to the Gulf of Mexico and replenish the beaches out there. It used to provide nourishment out in the Gulf of California. It's not doing that anymore. It's stacking up behind Glen Canyon Dam, just like sediments are stacking up behind San Clemente Dam here. How often does this happen? 75,000 dams in the United States. These all are keeping sediments back that used to go out to the ocean to replenish beaches. A few years ago, a tsunami struck the parking lot in American Samoa. I hope I have the video in here, I can't remember. I used to live in a little place called Fongangongo, which is out here. It's not on here exactly. A long time ago, large waves and storms hit these barrier islands in Texas and kind of wiped it out. Let's see if those videos really will come up. I'll make the window a little bit bigger. You don't need the pizza place. And when this loads, I think you'll be impressed. Okay, you know what? I'm going to run that in the background and we'll keep going with the slideshow. No, never mind. Thank you for your patience.
Liz, meet
Oh,
Brad.
man.
6 foot handsome. Gosh, you're even prettier than your picture.
Love these ads, even on PV Learners. We'll go back to the slideshow and then hopefully this will continue in the background. you know what? I'll just go ahead and load these now, and they'll be ready to go. Depositional coast. Lots of former coasts have been covered in the last 15,000 years. Why? Well, somewhere between, what, 11, 12,000 years ago and 20,000 years ago, the last ice age ended, and the ice has been melting since then. Slow down, we're accelerating it now. So you end up with a lot of coasts that are depositional. This is beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, that one's not so beautiful. Barrier islands. They occur in the southern Atlantic, the Gulf Coast of the United States, and of course at Big Sur. Well, okay, not really, the last one. This is a barrier island. Here's the real coast. And then a lot of times you have little barrier islands off here. This is a barrier island. Now, over time, these things move back and forth depending on the size of the waves. We do dumb things like build parking lots and roads on them, but thankfully we would never do anything stupid like putting structures on barrier islands, because that would be just crazy. Oh, wait, never mind, we do. Here is a shot of houses in July 17th, 2001. Notice the size of the beach. Whoa, that's kind of crazy. The beach went away. By the way, do not pay any attention to the oil leak. That doesn't really happen. These people have told us that doesn't happen, and they get news channels to tell us that kind of thing doesn't happen. So please ignore the oil. It is not really there. This is just crazy. Not only has the front of the island worn away, take a look at the back shore. People really were dumb enough to build on this island. Here are the two of them together. Here is recent damage from Hurricane Sandy. People had built right on the shore. Here is a cute little place with a nice bridge. This is the same place. And to get the whole picture in here, this makes it a little bit better. It's just crazy. Don't build on barrier islands. Remember the roller coaster? Here's where it was. There's a little place for comparison. And that's what happened. Don't build on barrier islands. This is the two of them together sideways. It's the best way I could fit it in there. Pause if you want. And we will pause this video right here and come back to the third and final part.